going to give you a bit of a rundown on how to actually get on board as a seller on the in the deal room at Allsales. So just a reminder, we have various dashboard systems and logins. This particular demo is for the seller, so if you're selling your business. All right. First of all, this is the outside version of the site that you will see. So this is where people will land, and mostly it's free listings and so on, and we do a lot of advertising here for, I guess, franchise systems and so on. The deal room itself is where the transactions are actually taking place. So if you're a seller and you've listed your business, you'll see your business on this site. You'll also see it when you access the deal room, which I've clicked. So once you click that deal room, which is just the variation of the URL with business on the back end there, you'll see the deal room itself. All right, so it's essentially it's the premium version, and this is the outside showing version. So once you're in this area, you'll see confidentiality agreement and sign-in options. So if you've been sent a link, then use the sign-in, go straight to that area, and you'll be able to log straight in. And essentially, it's a pretty straightforward area. I'm already logged in, so I'm going straight into my dashboard. Once you log in, you will come straight to this area. Just back on the login, use your social. In my opinion, it's the easiest way to get in and out of the system. As long as you've used the same email as the one you've signed up with, or if you need a change, just reach out to us. That email will work with your social. So let's say, for instance, it's joeblogs@gmail, and that's the same version you use as Gmail for your logins. Use your Gmail to log in, much easier. All right, let's get started. So on your dashboard, you've got three versions, as I said before. This is a vendor seller. You've got a buyer version, which is quite different, and then you've got a broker version, which is different again. You can invite new users. So this is when you have a buyer that may have maybe talking to directly. You just go straight into here, and you can invite a new user to the system. It's pretty straightforward. First, last name, phone number, their email, and you put in a password. Usually just you send them what the password is, so you can just default to any password. They'll change it away in any way, and do an email and SMS, in my opinion, is the easiest way. If you've spoken to them, I think your best way to do this is to basically invite them straight into the due diligence area or information memorandum. Again, that's only if you've spoken to them. They'll still have to sign in. They won't get access until they've actually signed a confidentiality agreement. Typically, this is all done for you. You wouldn't have to do this at all. But in the case that you've spoken to somebody directly, it's a friend or somebody that's approached you, this is where you would use it. And if that person was already on the system, you would have to use this area. The reason for that is that we've already got their details and collected their details, so a lot easier in the login area. And we respect the parties that may have invited them in previously, so we just keep a track on where they've come in. It doesn't impact you in any way, shape, or form, other than the fact that we just need to track the movements of buyers in and out of the system. All right, so back to the listing area. So you've come in. Again, most of the invitations would have come from our team, so you don't have to worry too much about these other areas in the system, as it's from buyers section. So starting a listing, if you're starting something fresh, you go straight into here, and you'll see that it comes up with some basic information. This should already be done for you because you've sent an invitation. So I'm going to assume that you've already got the invitation and you're coming in. Looking to edit the listing, you go straight into edit listing. Typically, you won't have to do too much in here. All right, so we will do most of this for you because essentially we're talking to taking initial inquiries for you and so on, but I would encourage you to go through here and to familiarize yourself. Make sure the correct details are here, update details, update images, and so on. Again, you can use us. We'll do a lot of this for you, but if you do want to update, please go through this system. All right, again, pretty straightforward. This is the name to display to public. So not your real business name in most cases. Most people are, certainly the last thing people want to do is put their brand name out there. The business URL, we would have set this up for you, but typically if it's a pet business accounting practice or something like that, we will put in a nice SEO-friendly URL that doesn't give away the business, but it certainly helps their rankings. And this is the reference number that's unique when somebody calls in, that we can identify the business. Value of our assets, so we got $1 million or $50,000 or $5,000, put that detail in there. You'll see that some are required, some are not. So it's pretty straightforward through here. The headquarters, your business categories. Again, we would have done this for you in most cases, but if you don't have a business category, you won't display. So always put in multiple business categories. You can see they pop up here. If you want to get rid of them, just click them away. URL is important. You'll get an error if it's not in there properly. We will do the images for you, but again, you have the option of changing images should you wish to. This is your cover photo, and that's your asset photo, the little photo that sits inside the larger one. Your shareholding is important because we do an ASIC search as part of our own due diligence. So make sure that you've got that pretty much right. You can always change it. If you wanted to add another director in here, you can add as many as you like and put their details in. You only need to put in the shareholding details and their phone and so on. And again, that's to protect you and the buyer. Doing the podcast for you, the podcast link in here. And then this is pretty straightforward. All right, so we would have generally picked this up from the information memorandum, but you can see there's quite a bit of detail in here. Again, we will put this information in here for you, but you can change it. Now, this is this shows on social, this particular one, and every section of this is meant to optimize social and sharing and pretty much all the strategies we employ here. So it's pretty short, sweet, this one. It's a punchy area because we want that to show when it's shared on social. If you've got team members in here, you want to invite your accountant or solicitor or broker or whoever you want to work with, your partner, you just add the team member in here, and depending on who they are, you don't have to click on here. You can put their details in here as well, or add team member. You can type of team member here: selling agent, legal team, visitor. All right, and you just add that. It's pretty straightforward. Even though there are required fields, it typically won't stop you unless it's a major required. It did stop me that particular time because I'm doing a demo, of course. If you want to click through, there is a way to just click through the top headings, and that'll let you go through. We would have again highlighted most of this. So your sale price expectations, you try and get as much detail in here. If you're doing a shareholding, if you're selling part of the business, that's why there's a bit of complexity in here. Different types of sales and price per share. Typically, it's $1 per share, even though you're not selling shares in all cases. The system has to think as if you are selling all or percentage of the share. So if you're selling 50% of the company, you'll put 50%. In 99% of cases here, or 90% of cases, it's usually 100%. The business valuation is the asking price. And then you just choose that. Again, this will all be done for you. But if you're wondering why some of the areas are like this is your highlight area. Again, it goes to how we manage the advertising and so on. If we've set up Google Tag Manager for you for Google marketing, meta descriptions, keywords, we would have done this, but if you want to be involved, by all means. Additional documents. So again, this will be set up, but let's say that we're putting up basic IM and the exec summary. This goes in the #1 deal room, and then we have a separate deal room, which I'll show you in another video, where all your BAS records and your leases and so on. You can put additional documents in here, but it's best to put them in the actual deal room, which keeps them separated. We're doing video links. Put them in here. More images and secondary videos as well. So there are different options here because you may want to do a video yourself talking about the business. We have a lot of options here for display areas. Review the listing here. It'll show you what's left to do if you've got anything outstanding. It will let you go live with some things outstanding. It'll send us a message at admin to make sure that we check them or verify ourselves, and then you finish here. All right. Now, if you're going through the business readiness program, this area would have been completed. I'll do this in another video, but you essentially see that most of these areas are quite a lot of detail in here. And it's just additional detail on your business. Okay, so that's basically getting yourself started on the system. And in the next video, I'll do how to manage your buyers and so on. Have a great day.